Hello, everybody. I'm going to start talking because nobody's here. Nobody is here yet. I still think the music is loud. There we go. Hello and welcome to ERO F2. F2. It's 6:37. It's very late. We're here for round number 3, the Mystery Grand Prix, which has not yet been revealed. I know what the track is, but the grid do not know where they are racing yet. So we'll see. I'm just going to test some audio because the last time I did a stream, all you could hear was me. You couldn't hear the game sound. I don't know. We'll have to see when the cars go around. The music is very loud. Maybe I should turn it down. I would love to know if I'm loud enough, but also if the engine sounds are loud enough, because also last year's game I had the mistake of when I was commentating, other cars was on like 0. Well, not 0, like 3, so it sounded a bit rubbish. Anyway, I'm Stephen Clay, if you don't know. I am racing later in F1. I don't know why I'm in F1. Actually, I do. It's because I don't run assists. But I'm a bit slow on this year's game, so we'll have to see. I was in F2 last season as well. Nearly won the title, but didn't. I'll put that down to me being busy, to be honest. But obviously Lex was a very worthy winner. He's now, I don't know if he's racing in F1 this season or not at all. But here is F2. I'll be commentating on F2 at least today, and probably some more times, to be honest, because there isn't an F2 commentator at the moment, and I am free some Saturdays at 6:30. Don't know how many. Probably quite a few. Probably at least half. I'm more free for 8 o'clock, but anyway, we'll see. Hopefully we get going very soon. Because I have a race to do in an hour and 20 minutes. The people want to see racing. Yeah. Anyway, let's have a look at who we got in the lobby today, because I know some of these drivers. Who do I need to invite? Budweiser. I don't know Budweiser. You need to add me. Let me add this guy. Budweiser. There we go. And that's not how you spell Budweiser, is it? Maybe it is in different countries. Maybe I should say it properly. Messi or Ronaldo? I used to love Ronaldo quite a bit, but Messi is probably better, to be honest. Yes, it's been announced. We are racing in Brazil. That is correct. That is true if anyone's watching. And it's time to go. It's time to go racing in Brazil. Someone needs to set the track first. So let's not go racing in Australia. We need Brazil. Brazil is the mystery track. Right, what was I going to say? I was going to go through some drivers. We've got Quill here, who's very quick. This guy is absolutely rapid. I expect him to win. That's who my bet is on today. He's currently P3 in the championship. Quill Pavlakovic. Can't say his name. Brazil has a race. Yeah, let's have a look. Who else have we got? In the Haas today, we have a reserve driver, I think. Andriy Freshchenko is in the Haas. Don't know much about him, but I've raced with him before in open lobbies. Yeah, we're time to go. This is Raphael, one of the 2 Raphaels in McLaren. Raphael Med something. I need to keep my driver's tab up. Rafael Medeiros. There we go. Rafael Reese is down here. And he's called Reese. That's extremely helpful. Good stuff. Obviously, we have Ivan Belov, your usual lobby host. He's always here. We have in the Williams, Mohammed Faizan. In the Ferrari, we have David Steck and Vince Ventresca, which I've raced them both last season. Giuseppe, I think, is in a Mercedes, and some other people. Alfie didn't turn up. Who else? Luca, I don't know if he's turned up. Kick Sauber should be full of Norwegians today. We have a few reserve drivers. But yeah, lots of people not turned up today. So we will see how that goes. Yeah. Let's go indeed. Let's go. Let's go racing around Sao Paulo. Will we see any wet weather? Very commonplace to have wet weather is Sao Paulo. So we'll see. We'll let everyone pick their tyres first. I think the harder allocation so far is quite good in this year's game. But I don't really know, because as I've said, I'm a bit washed at the moment. I need to do some practice. It's been very busy. I haven't had time to play the game and become good again. But it is dry for the quali session. 18 minutes on the clock, starting to tick down. Who is going to be first out of the garage today? I don't know. Let's get all the stuff we want to see on the screen. And let's hope the audio sounds reasonable, or I'll have to maybe speak louder or whatever. We'll see. We'll see when someone comes out. So 14 drivers at the moment. We may have some more joining. If anyone wants to add me and join, you are welcome. Yeah, you're welcome to do so. But yeah, probably won't see someone out for a while. They're going to have to get a setup on. Find a Brazil setup. And just as I say that, we have the Haas, the reserve driver of Andri, going out here. And how loud is that compared to my voice? That's a great question. Great question. Pretty good, I think. Pretty good. Pretty good, yeah. It's still a bit quiet. I'd like that to be louder. Can that be louder? Other cars is on maximum. Maybe do that. Maybe do that. Yeah, we'll do that. I think that's fine. So we're going to watch the Haas's lap then, to start with, because he's first out. That's the privilege of being first out. You get to be commentated. What do you want louder? Please tell me what you want louder. The other cars, me, player car, we will try. I can turn myself up in OBS. It's good. Amazing. Amazing stuff. Hopefully when stuff gets exciting I don't shout as well. Anyway, into turn 1 we go. Jurassic champion here, or Andri. A little bit of a lock up, a little bit slidey, but gets through and now puts the overtake on. DRS as well, still using that battery all the way down this straight. The Reto Aposta, I think it's called. I have some corner names in front of me, so we'll try and use them. Through turns 4 and 5, the end of sector 1. Already used a lot of his battery. A little bit shaky, bouncing over the curb there into the next right-hander, a bit of a lock-up. Kisses the apex fairly nicely though. And then round here, it's looking safe so far. It doesn't look like it's pushing too much. Another lock-up there. But you can get away with locking up on this game. My mic sounds amazing. It shouldn't do. It's a pretty old and terrible microphone, I think. But, you know, it served me well. The only problem is, it's literally right in front of me, so usually it's further away, but for commentary I put it right in front of me. And when it's further away, people have to turn my Discord mic up to like 150. But 150%. Anyway, an 8.7 is your opening time on the board today. Next across the line will be... Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted Reese here in the McLaren. His name's not Reese, it's Raphael Reese, and he does an 8.8, very close at the top so far. Here is Vince. Very quick drive on his day, can win a race, does a 9.1. Who else are we looking at? There's a Williams who's invalidated in Sector 2, and other people are starting laps, including Liam Cross. He's using a fairly wide line, has gone very, very deep through the centre S's. There's a Ferrari getting out of his way, and that's an invalid lap time for Liam. Who else is starting a lap? David Steck looks to have backed out already, not going full throttle down the straight. So we'll go and watch Quill instead, who's going through the centre S's. Hugging the inside of turn 3 there. He does a 17.6, a purple first sector. using all of the road on entry to this corner. A little shaky getting on the exit curb. Keeps it together well. How's he going to be through Ferragura, the fast right-hander? Sort of double right-hander, really. Into the following corner. And then there's no sound effects from these cars in these camera angles. I can't hear anything. I've turned it up. It's on maximum. Oh, whatever. Maybe it's fine. What are my predictions? My prediction is this man is going to be on pole position, Quil Pavlovic, and he's going to win the race because he's ridiculous. He's very good, and I don't really know too much about a lot of the other drivers, but maybe I'll be wrong. Anyway, coming up to the line, he does go fastest, but only by 100th of a second, which is not that much, to be honest. So maybe it's going to be closer than I thought. Maybe it's going to be closer than I thought. Next across the line is the one of the Williams. Does a 9.5. There's a Red Bull of Ivan going to be next across the line. He does an 8.2. Oh, he's half a second clear. Maybe. I don't know what I'm talking about with Quil, as one of the Williams of Mohammed dives into the pit lane. So a lot of people invalidating their opening laps. On board with a Sauber now. As he comes... It looks slow from the off-board camera, but it's purple. Getting a good exit as well. No visible shake of the rear end. That doesn't sound good. Up through the gears, got plenty of battery to burn. Could easily use some more on the next lap, but actually it's a 14.3, so I'm assuming he's starting a lap? The game said purple sector 2. Why are you lying to me? Oh, that's all out of shape. Surely you got to back out after that, but it looks like he's going to carry on. There's somebody... Did they jump up the times? Yes, Vince has gone P2 in a Ferrari. 8.6, 4 tenths off. Oh, look at the understeer. Car just didn't want to turn, it slid. Drifting through that corner. This lap is, yeah, this is a terrible lap. The tyres are completely finished after that first lap didn't go so well for him. And I think everybody is either diving into the pits or on... Well, is diving into the pits. Actually, no, Quil is 2 tenths up, is he? Through the first sector. This is another go on the same set of tyres, staying out. So he's fueled for a bit, flicking it in to Ferragura and sliding big time, but keeping it on the road just about. Just about there. The tyres not really hanging on for 2 laps. Has that cost him the time he gained in the first sector? We will find out very shortly at the next split. After this left-hander approaching Chung Shao. Oh, he's 3 tenths up. He's 3 tenths up. This is going to be close to that pole position time from Ivan of an 8.2. Let's have a look at... That's what I want to see. Yeah, he's got to find 4.5 tenths to get on pole. Nearly 5 tenths. And he finds 4 of them. He's a tenth off at the moment, is Quil. But that was on used tyres, so that's quite ominous. That is quite ominous. Let's go for a lap with Raphael, who's starting a lap. Already down to 70% battery. And into the Senna S we go. That was a weirdly timed engine noise. Coming round. It just sounds horrific, doesn't it? It sounds terrible. What was that engine sound? That sounds like he's got traction control on. Did not want to go. He was being held back. Through Ferragura, oh, that's a big slide, a big couple of slides. He's scooped it up again though, and he's going to keep going with a lock-up as well for good measure into the next corner, but he's still keeping the throttle in and pushing on through this lap. Into turn... I don't know what turn. Turn 10. Pinarino, I think. That might be turn 9. No. Purple sector 2. I don't believe that from what I've seen, to be honest. But we'll see. It will be an improvement because he hasn't got a lap on the board. So where's it going to put him? Maybe near his teammate. We'll see as he comes across the line using all the battery. It's a 9.0 and it is near his teammate. 2 tenths behind the other Raphael. The Raphael's sharing a row of the grid at the moment. Actually, Faz has set his best time on mediums. Interesting. There's a yellow flag for somebody slowing down. Oh, and he's just gone to P3 without me noticing. There's a Williams crossing the line to start a lap. Anyone finishing a lap? I don't think so. Don't think so. Maybe, oh, he's finishing a lap. Half a second up. This is going to challenge that pole position time that was set early on in the session. To the line we go, taking the shortest possible route. It's a 2:29, which is 4 milliseconds too slow for that pole position at the moment. Reese is invalidated. You're half a second down. What about David here in the first sector? Purple. The game's been lying to me about purple. Why can't they fix that glitch, please? That looked pretty planted through there. Some people have been sliding into Ferradura. No such sliding from the Ferrari. All looks neat and tidy so far. Bit of a lock-up, but that's fine. Gets the car slowed down nicely. Now let it slowly drift out to the right-hand side. And hard on the brakes for the next left-hander. Use a bit of curb on the inside and the exit curb as well. Not much battery to spare here, though. That could cost him in terms of straight line speed up to the line. DRS open here. And then take the shortest possible run you want. The shortest possible run. It's a 9-1. Which may have been an improvement, I'm not actually sure. What about Ivan start doing his first time lap? And it's fastest with an 8.2 as well. So 8.2 seems to be the time to beat from everybody at the moment. Krasik is diving into the pits. What about the Sauber? He's on an outlap. Who isn't on an outlap is the Williams of Mohammed here. Mohammed Faison. As we look at him heading into Jun Chao. Hot lap mode engaged, using a bit of exit curb. Could have been more greedy there. In my opinion, this track is mid, says Wilson. Well, Vino doesn't think so, because he's gone P1 with an 8.1. I said he was quick earlier on, and the Williams driver goes P3. It's actually really close. Look at how close it is up at the front now. Drivers are finding their feet here after a sort of warm-up lap on this track, and now top 6, top 7, 2.5 tenths between them. Very competitive out there at the moment. Very, very competitive. Anybody on a lap? I don't think so. Oh, I've been calling Ivan Randinho. This is Camille. Whoops. Sorry. Very sorry. Anyway, Camille only needs to find 0.08 of a second to nick pole position provisionally with 6 minutes to go off of Vince in the Ferrari. Where's he going to find that time? As Mohammed in the Sauber jumps up to P5 of Caligula. He's found 0.3. That's much more than 0.08. This is going to be into the 7s, the first time into the 7s of the day. As long as he keeps it together on a straight line here, up to the line, DRS engaged, overtake engaged, don't invalidate. Shortest run to the line. This is going to be a 7.9 for Camille. Very, very strong time. Liam Cross has invalidated again, and everybody else is coming back to the pits for their last run. Apart from, oh, is Mohammed going again? No, he's in none battery. That is that. So there you go. As soon as I said it was close, it is short qualifying. As soon as I said it was close, between the top 7, 2.5 tenths, Camille here has put 2.3 tenths on the field. Yes, this is short quali, 5 minutes, set the grid for the race, and then we go 50% race around Interlagos to see who will pick up some points. The points are a bit different to real life in this league. I always forget the point system in the league, to be honest, even though I race in it. I'm just like, assume I get 25 points for a win, even though I don't win. But it's somewhere in the Discord. I think it's like 18 or 20 points, and then 18, 16, something like that. I think it's still for the top 10. You get a point for fastest lap, and you get a point, I believe, for pole position as well. I believe. There is the point system. Here's the point system. Normal race plus mystery track. 20 points. 16 for second, 13 for third, 11 for fourth, 9 for fifth, 7 for sixth, then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, you get points down to 12th now. And a point for fastest lap, and a point for pole position. There you go. And it's actually a brand new point system for this season. So I didn't know that. There you go. There you go. I don't like all the odd-numbered points, but hey, it's fine. Right, sorry for tabbing out, but I had to look at the point system. And nobody's on track anyway, apart from Liam, who is... he's gone P11. He's set a time on his 3-lap-old soft. He's going to race back to the pits and go out again for one final run. Who is starting their final run, though, is Ivan Belov in the Racing Bull. What's it going to be for him, then? He needs quite a bit of time if he wants to challenge that pole position. 3/10. But the drivers will be dialed in now and ready to go for it. That wasn't too bad through the center S's. What's it going to be for the first sector? It's only really one sequence of corners, that first sector, and he's marginally down on his time, but that's okay. That's not, though. He's run very wide and his lap is done. He's going to have to recharge the battery and go again on the next lap if he has the fuel, which I think he will do, because he's going this early anyway. Speaking of fuel, Liam Cross has run out of it. So that is not going to help his charge back to the pits. But he should make it just in time. If I knew the time left in the session, then I'd be able to you know, see if he's going to be okay or not. 2 minutes 30, yeah, he should be fine. It's a short lap around here, he should be fine. Anyway, next to attempt a lap is the Haas driver of Karasik here, or Andriy. Through the center S's, he's in none mode. He's doing another warm-up lap. Interesting. I don't know why you'd do that, but fair enough. So we move on to the Sauber of Mohamed Issa. I'm not sure. Butchering names is part of the job, unfortunately, in commentary. A big slide. A little bit of correction on the steering wheel through the center S's, but he keeps it together and pins the throttle down. Overtaking Engage. DRS Engage actually goes back into hot lap, which some people choose not to do in this game. There's still a bit of debate of what ERS modes are better in qualifying. Bit hesitant on the inside curve there. Turned in a little early. Had to take 2 stabs at it. But we're still going now. In through Ferragura, using a lot of curb, almost touching the grass. Downshifting into second gear, and another slide. This is looking a bit all over the place, this lap so far. Yeah, and he's pushed too hard and he's off. He's off. It's one of those laps where... Has he got in the way of the Red Bull? No, the Red Bull's on an out lap. One of those laps where you're 2 tenths down and you send absolutely everything at it, you know. Unfortunately, it was not enough. Callum Lyons has left this session. It's unfortunate for him. I don't know why that's happened. I'm trying to find somebody who is on a lap. Here is somebody on a lap. It's Rafael Medeiros, and he's half a second up. This could put him in the mix, sort of the P7, P8 area if he carries on this improvement. But last sector is just one corner, so it's hard to improve by such time. It's going to put him ahead of his teammate into P9, half a second down on the rest of the grid. Next across the line is the Mercedes of Giuseppe. I believe it's Giuseppe. And he goes P4 with 2/10 improvement. Next up is McLaren starting a lap, and a Haas also starting a lap of Liam Cross, and another Haas starting a lap. Who's finishing a lap? The Williams is validated. They are done for the day. All about Camel, the current pole man. Can he improve to set even more margin out ahead? The Racing Bull gets out of the way of the sister team. The checker flag is out, and Camel here is 2 tenths up, threatening to do a 7-7. A 7-7, everybody. Up to the line. For one last time for Camel in this session, Ivan is pulling into the pits behind them, and it's a 7.6. It's half a second clear of everybody. Vino's also pulling into the pits. That's Vince into the pit lane. So the only driver who's left to beat him is the Williams down here, who is coming to the line. This is Patrick. An 8.8 goes P11 for the moment. What about Raphael? The 2 Raphaels. One of them's pulling into the pit lane. One of them's on hot lap. Raphael Rees is pulling into the pit lane. I think that is it for your qualifying, unless Liam Cross can pull a lap out of absolutely nothing. To the line, it's an 8.1. It's gone P3. That's a huge lap to go down at the wire from P11 to P3, right at the death. That's a massively important lap for him, and that is everybody. That is your qualifying. Kamil, I'm not going to pronounce his last name, is on pole position. Ivan Belov in P2. Liam Cross snatching third at the death after taking a while to warm up with invalidated lap times. Vince Vetreska P4. And yeah, there you go. There you go. It is Giuseppe Faz. Good to know. Good to know. So there's your grid. Quite a big margin in the end. I said at one point it was a really close qualifying session. But Kamil has said, no thank you. I want P1 all for myself with a big gap. Quill didn't set a time, actually, late in the session, so that was interesting for them. Maybe they had an issue. Don't know. Hello, Shimon, how are we? Anyway, Kamil on pole. I've already gone through this. There's your grids, if anyone wants to see. If anyone wants to see the race director as well. Look at all these exceeded track limits. A lot of speeding in the pit lane. These guys don't care about the pit lane in qualifying. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. So then. Race day. It's dry again. Which is probably good for these drivers, although I would have loved to see some wet weather. You never know, there might be some at the end of the race, although it's looking very dry, very sunny, and very clear at the moment. Don't expect any clouds to come over. So we will see. We will see. What can we see? What can we look at while we wait? There's no spectators up above the pit garages at this track. There were on last year's game, I think. Some of them had square heads, I remember, which is quite funny. Camera drone in the top right going along the wires. We've got a few marshals, one of them in shorts. Don't know if you're allowed to wear shorts as a marshal. Are you a marshal? They don't look anything like marshals. Marshals don't wear those sorts of overalls. Do they? Well, they certainly don't wear shorts. Come on, fix that game. Oh! We're ready to go. Here in Interlagos, we've got 4 red lights. We've got 5 red lights. And we are racing in Sao Paulo. And it looks like the Racing Bull got a good start alongside. Let's have a look into turn 1. Who's going to lead? Is he going to stick one down the inside as Ivan? He absolutely is. But he's not going to be able to get through. Looking further back at P3, 4 and 5. They're all side by side. Down the back there's a couple of slow guys in the background. The Sauber must have had an incident with the Williams. They've lost a couple of seconds. But it is still Kamil who leads as Quill is up the inside of a Ferrari. That's not going to end well, and it hasn't ended well. The Ferrari is round. It looked like Quill ran out of space there. Very unfortunate for them. As we see the 2 sister team cars leading. Haas is almost going for a dive bomb. Liam Cross up the inside. No, it's not Liam. One of them's up the inside of another. I don't know which one is which. It looks like Andre has made the place. He's still side by side with the 2 Haas cars here. Number 11 making their way through and up into P4. That's a crucial move for them. Further down the field, Callum Lyons, who isn't here, is being overtaken as a ghost car. I do not have Callum Lyons, I don't think. So unfortunately, I cannot invite Callum Lyons back into the lobby. Anyway, Ivan might be under pressure from Giuseppe here. Faz in the Mercedes. Only 3 tenths between them, but he's used the slipstream of the Red Bull to wave off that threat, it looks like. Oh, I say that. He's had a poor run. And here comes Giuseppe. He's going to go for a dive bomb into turn 4. He absolutely is at the end of Sigo de Largo. And he's going to be through. What a move that is. Really well controlled. Ivan thinking about a way back. Surely not into Ferradura. That is extremely risky. Almost a certain crash for those guys. Can Giuseppe hold on to the DRS? That would be crucial. He's lost it at the moment. The detection point is not for a few corners. He's got to have a good couple of corners here to have a go. As Ivan now is looking in his rear mirrors yet again. As Andre is on the prowl, only 3/10 behind them. Let's have a look at this DRS detection point, because it's going to be crucial. It's currently 9/10. That wasn't the best exit. He's just missed out, I think. I think he was just over. That could be crucial. But then he's going to have some slipstream. Ivan's going to hold on. Liam Cross looks like he might fancy a go back at his teammate. As Reese somehow sets the fastest lap. It's interesting. I guess the line is a bit further on than... That's impressive. Oh, it's lap 2. No, it's lap 3 even. I'm losing the plot. Anyway, round the outside for Liam Cross. He's onto the grass a little bit. That was unnecessary. I don't think he's found a way past his teammate on this occasion. Someone who is side by side, or right behind them, is the Williams here on the back of David. Not going to be able to make a move through this part of the track. It sounds better in the race, the off-board camera, do we not think? Maybe just because there's more cars going around. Interesting. Anyway, Camel still leads with an 8/10 gap, so big slide. That could give Giuseppe a run. Yeah, he's gained up to 7/10 now. Or the gap down to 7/10, I should say. 7/10 between all of the top 4. So yeah, we'll see. Look at it, he's gained half a second in that DRS zone. Has he used a lot of battery? Let's get the telemetry on. I almost forgot about that. Let's also have a look at the other things that I forgot to have a look at. Positions changed. Up 5 places for Raphael Reese here. Very good start for him. Up 3 as well for Giuseppe. And he's looking very quick. Very, very quick. He is... No, he's not your championship leader. I thought he was. But yeah, looking very quick. As for tyres, I think... Okay, we got 4 medium runners at the front. And then 4 hard runners. Followed by a good mix at the moment. I think it's probably a 2-stop. But as I said, I do not know. So we'll wait to find out what people do. Somebody might try a 1. Maybe a safety car will throw a spanner in the strategy of this race as well. Having a look at Quill here. Seeing if he can make a move. But we do have a big DRS train of 8 cars at the moment. Let's see if anyone fancies a move. And I've missed the move for the lead because I was telling someone there's a stream on. But it's going to be repassed. He's going to be... Well, he's onto the grass. That's really risky. That's really risky. They're fighting like crazy for this. Look at this battle side by side. And he's been forced off the track a little bit there as well. Goodness me. But he's got through. He's got back into the lead. So it must have been very feisty into turn 1. If it was going to be feisty into turn 4 as well. Very sorry for missing that. It also gives Ivan a little look in as well. Look at that Mercedes all over the place in the braking zone. They both have... Well, Ivan's got loads of battery. He could be a real threat in this battle in the next few laps. The Hasses are ready to pounce as well. This is going to be very crazy stuff if they fight like that every lap. That was extremely aggressive stuff from both of them early on in this race. Still 30 laps to go, guys. Let's not put each other in a wall or onto the grass at this point, as we have Reese with an issue. He's spun round. There he is at the final corner, but he's going to be carrying on going as into the lead again goes Mohamed Fast. The Hasses have made contact in the background there as well. Don't know if that's going to be front wing damage for Liam Cross. Certainly could be. I'd like to get a good shot of his front wing at some point. Karasik's got a great run on him at the moment, but not enough battery to capitalise. Is Camel going to have a move back into the lead this time? No, he's not. He will have to wait for the next lap to have a go. As we see the Williams changing positions as well. More debris coming up. I don't know what that was from. Just looked like, yeah, what's that all about? No one made contact with anything and just debris is flying up everywhere. Ooh, tight line there for one of the Williams. I don't know which one. Oh, sorry. There we go. There we go. Let's go back to the front. The gap now 6/10, but he's charged his battery a lot. Up to 80% compared to the 50 of Giuseppe in front. And is that going to be enough to have a go into the Senna S, or maybe into Casino del Lago at the end of Sector 1? That's probably the preferred overtaking spot, and it looks like he's setting it up. 86% battery versus 30. This is surely a slam dunk move back into the lead for Camille. Up the inside, he defends late and switches to the outside, and they're going to be side by side in the braking zone again. Any contact on this occasion, it's fairly clean. He does run off the track while making the pass a little bit, but then was he forced there? Not sure we saw from that camera angle, but he definitely went all four wheels off. Not sure if anyone wants to investigate that one. I think that was just pretty clean racing. Give him a bit of you know, benefit of the doubt in that one. You'd rather no contact than trying to stay on the track and initiate contact anyway, wouldn't you? So we will see. I'm interested by this other train as well, from 8th down to 11th, so we'll keep an eye on that one if any moves come about. But speaking of moves, Giuseppe is in the DRS. Don't go for it now. You've got to wait, surely. I don't think he's got a choice. He's in none and DRS, and he's just going to fly past into the lead. Oh, what a good camera angle that is from the drone cam. Up into turn 1 and into the lead. Again, these guys are going to be swapping for a lot of the race. I'm interested to see if one of the other guys, Ivan or Liam, can get involved. Maybe Quill, who's up into P5 now, and he's looking racy, as we have a yellow flag for one of the Williams who has spun around, but Quill's up the inside of a Haas car. And they're going to be side by side, and Quill is through on the hard tyre, the leading hard runner. That, again, debris out of nowhere. And actually, this Williams is stuck, I think. No, they're going round. They're fine. So yeah, it looks like the hards might be better now after 7 laps. So Quill and Liam are going to be cutting their way through the field, it seems. That could become very interesting for these guys, as those on the medium tyre start to struggle. Yeah. Anyway, still a big DRS train for the top 6. It's quite impressive that they've kept this going for this long. 2 DRS zones around here, of course. And then a nice, tight, twisty middle sector to, you know, help you carry on. As we see another Williams with some sort of issue, losing some places down at the back. But we're going back to the front as Quill is overtake engaged. But so does Camille up in front. They're all sort of weaving to try and find a way past. But at the end of the day, they're all in the same place they started. And more random debris falling up from the track side as somebody honks their horn outside my window. I don't know if you heard that. And round into the wall! We just switched to the Ferrari because I saw he changed places and he's out. And that is a safety car. Oh, what great camera work from me to catch that one. That was a complete fluke that I happened to switch to the Ferrari as he crashed into the wall. That is quite possibly one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Oh, so unfortunate. Got wide at Casino del Lago. Probably got onto the grass and had a spin. And if you do that in F1 25, if you get on the grass, it's unsavable a lot of the time. It's very realistic. This is going to help the medium runners because they're all going to pit. Ooh, Liam nearly running into the back of his teammate there. Who else is going to pit? Is Quill going to pit? He is. Because it probably is still a 2-stop for everybody from here, as Ivan nearly runs into the back of Camille here. So everybody is into the pits. Is anyone going to gain a position in the pit lane? Somebody sped into the pit lane. That's unfortunate. Then the Haas is a double stacking. That's not good for Andre. But he might not lose too much because he had a gap behind. Actually, he's going to maintain position. Maybe he's lost actually 1 place. He's lost 1 place to the McLaren. Yes, a Quill on mediums now. So these guys, looks like everyone's doing a 2-stop. I don't think anyone can do hards for 24 laps to the end when the safety car comes in. That would be quite a stretch. I also don't know if the safety car is going to wait for Ghost Car Callum Lyons to get back in. Because if it did, it would stay out an extra lap, probably. We're lap 10. Almost a third into the race, and we have a safety car. Actually, I have a question. What does broadcast sound like? Broadcast, onboard mix. Okay, so that's broadcast. What about... Ooh. What about, go back to cinematic. I can hear the safety car from here. And what about driver? There was one called driver. What's that? Oh, that's very different. That sounds horrific. Why would you want driver? That sounds so like... It sounds like you just bass boosted it all. You know? Cinematic. In larger than life elements. Interesting. What other audio settings are there? Actually, wait, are we safety car in this lap? I feel like we might be. Although there is a Williams that has not caught up. Let's see, is this Williams going to catch up? Are we going to get a late safety car in? Probably not. I think it's just gone a bit too... We are getting a late safety car in. A very late safety car in. They all have to slow down now. Is there going to be any carnage in the background as they slow down? Doesn't look like it. Everybody's fine. When is Faz going to go? Let's go on board with Ivan here. In P3. Has he gone now? No, he's sort of teasing it. He's teasing it. Let's go off board. That's an even better shot. When is he going to go? He's surely going to wait right till the line. No, he isn't. He goes now. And we are racing again in Interlagos. Lap 12 begins. And so far, everybody is line astern. Liam Cross defending to the inside there. There's a Sauber and a Ferrari sort of side by side, but they do maintain position for now as the Sauber goes all the way around the outside of Vince there, who's made a mistake in the centre races on the cold tyres. Up at the front though, I think it's all as it was. Up the inside though for Liam Cross side by side with a McLaren. This is a good aerial shot to see that. A bit of contact again, as Liam has the better traction. It wasn't even Liam, it was Karasik in the other Haas. So sorry about that. But, you know, a Haas is a Haas. It's hard to see which one it is. Anyway. Looks like most people have stayed in a similar position to what they were at the restart. Obviously, the Haas here has made a place back on that McLaren. That place he lost in the pit stop. But the leaders are all the same, the top 5. But they're all on different tyres now. Quill is going to be rapid in these first few laps on the medium tyre. And then the Delta will switch around. But speaking of rapid, DRS is enabled, and before that's even happened, we have side by side, 2 by 2 for the top 4 positions. Up into the lead goes Camel. Ivan holds on to P3 for now, but we're going to go on board with Quill for this next run down into the Cielo de Largo along the Reta Aposta. DRS enabled. He's being pushed to the inside as much as possible. I think he's going to go for a little dive bomb here. More than enough grip to make that work up the inside of a bit of wheel banging as he tries to hang it round the outside, does the RB driver. but it's not enough, and Quill is up into the podium places in that Alpine. Back on board with Liam Cross, potentially setting up Ivan as well. Could go for a little lunge down the inside here. I thought he would, and he absolutely has. What a move that is. Barges his way past. He's trying to be... Oh, it's not worked. They're glued together. They are glued together as Ivan is trying to hold on to it. These guys now 3 wide, and he's sort of been spun around there as Liam, as the Sauber takes avoiding action to the grass. Is he going to be let through on the outside? He's wheel banging now with Ivan there. It just looked like Ivan tried to stick with it, but it wasn't... There wasn't the space, or maybe the door was closed. I'm not too sure. As we see the Sauber maybe trying to make a move on Ivan here. He might not be happy that he was caught out by that as well. Up the inside, there is a move for the lead as well, as Camel's been repassed, but surely he's going to do another repass. Defence from the Mercedes driver, and around the outside is going to have to be eased through before the end of the DRS zone. What about any other moves down this straight? Looks like everyone's behaving themselves for now. I'm sure that will be a report from Ivan or Liam, because they were together for a long time before they spun. So we'll have to see what happens post-race with that. But yeah, very dramatic stuff there. And now Liam is going to be driving angry, probably, up against Vince and Ivan still. These guys still battling. It looks like Ivan might have some damage, or is he slowing down? He's got damage, yeah, he's got damage on that right end plate. More than the right end plate. The main part of the front wing is gone as well. So surely we'll be into the pits at the end of this lap, although I think he had an opportunity last lap to pit and didn't choose to do so. He does not choose to do so on this occasion. He's going to repass Vince up the inside as Vince defends to the inside, but not enough. Ivan sails through. This is the battle for 9th, 10th and 11th. Everybody's getting points in this race, I've just realised now, because it's points for the top 12. So all these positions matter, as there's another move for the lead. A great move up the inside into turn 4. The McLarens also, one of them really with a big slide, also changing positions. And finally Vince and Ivan changing positions too. Liam Cross. Oh, Vince is round. Both Ferraris spinning in that corner today. Vince, I think, did the same thing but got away with it more on this occasion, as Ivan is very, very slow because of that front wing damage. We'll go back to them in a few corners' time. Lots of action happening on the last couple of laps here, meaning we've sort of missed a bit of the front, but they're just going to swap endlessly, I think. Speaking of, look at these guys as well, very close together. Caligula loving these hard tyres. That's Mohamed Issa. He's going to be well past 1. Maybe we could see a double pass here, you know. It could be 3 wide if he has the straight line of speed. It doesn't look like he does. Got plenty of downforce for the middle sector, but not enough. He's going to go for a move up the inside of the McLaren. There's a bit of side-by-side contact, but they get through. They get through. Speaking of potential contact, Liam's made a clean pass, and Camel's made a clean pass into the lead again, into turn 4. Let's go back to these guys, because he's going up the inside of both of them. That's surely not going to work. But he's got past 1 McLaren as the Sauber driver. And I think that is enough. These two are side by side again. How's that going to go for you this time? Into Ferradura. Oh, look at the two leaders. They're all over each other. There's battles absolutely everywhere we look right now. Looks like Camel saving some battery. They both have similar amounts. Quill still sitting pretty in 3rd. Got plenty of battery to burn. Maybe it's his time to take the lead of this race. Who knows? We go through Zhengzhou and onto the main straight again. What will we see this time? Mercedes driver into the DRS, gaining a lot, and is going to sail past up the inside of the center S's. He backs out of it. Interesting. He wants to save the move for a couple corners later. Someone who doesn't want to save the move is the Sauber, and the McLaren sticking his nose back in it. They're still side by side. He's been forced off the track. The Sauber has to cut to the grass, and there he is rejoining. I was wondering where he was. More action up the front. There's a Williams getting involved now. He passes 3 cars in one corner. The McLaren goes up the inside. That's not going to work. Wheel banging and almost a spin for the McLaren driver of Rafael Reis. These guys, there's all 4 of them. Look at it. The Sauber driver going around the outside of Ferradura on one of them. He's run a bit too wide, and they're going to be side by side. Let's see this from his perspective. Up the inside is the McLaren. They're still side by side. They're still going. Left. They're still going. Can he hold on to the right-hander the next time? Doesn't look like it. It all settles down. But out of nowhere, the Williams of Mohammed Faizan is up into P5. He's mugged 3 of them in a couple of corners. The McLarens are being really hard work for this Sauber here of the other Mohammed. Some great racing between these guys though, if not a bit, you know, argy-bargy at times. Bumper cars. No one's had a race-ending incident yet. That could still come for one of these 4 drivers, or anyone else for that matter, as I think we're going to see another move for the lead between Camille. They're side by side into the corner. The Mercedes driver going to hold on to it. Done a bit of a Max Verstappen there, but I think that was fair enough. Just easing the steering wheel, and actually he was significantly ahead there, I think, to demand that space. Ivan and Liam are swapping places still. I don't know who to switch to all of a sudden. We've got 3 battles going on. We've got the top 4. We've got the next 4. And then we've got the next 3. And then Callum Lyles, who isn't in the race. I don't know if he'll get a point. Yeah. Side by side for Liam and Vince. It looks like Vince has the better of him as Liam goes very deep to try and go around the outside. It's not going to work for him. It's not enough. Vince is having a huge slide and he has absolutely no grip. And he means Liam can't get past him because he's sort of blocked the track with his sliding car at the moment. Up the inside for the lead again. Ooh, that was a bit of a shaky rear end on the exit as well. These guys everybody's side by side into every corner. I'm trying to capture all of it, but it's just not possible because we're going to see another move for the lead here, side by side into Tuxedo, into Largo. This time the Red Bull on the inside, and this time the Red Bull does the pushing off the track a little bit. But again, I think he was entitled to that space. Is Quill finally going to get involved? There's no room on the inside of Ferradura. The grass is there, and he's backed out of it just in time. That was very risky stuff. Karasik wants to get involved now as well. The more this goes on, the more feisty it's going to get. That's for sure. And soon, there'll be another round of pit stops, with the medium guys going first, I would imagine. Because it was about now that the medium started to die off. Look at these guys in the middle sector going side by side. Vince getting past Ivan, who's still struggling with that front wing damage. Liam doesn't have any visible damage, but has been struggling to get past him all this time. These two are back at the centre S's already, and he's gone. He's gone. He's disconnected. He's disconnected. Do I have him? Who's that? I don't know who United Darkness is. Doesn't look like I have him. Unless his game has crashed. I don't know if he wants to come back in, but I can invite him if he adds me. I do have him. There we go. Hopefully he gets that and can rejoin. But right now his car's already 2 seconds back. It's been half a lap. Oh, that is such a shame. Such a shame for Camel. Hopefully he tries to get back in and then can get lucky with a safety car or something. I already did, but I can try again. I already did. I will go back because you were at the bottom before. Hopefully. That is a shame. Oh, he's into the pits. His AI has boxed him. Oh, it's going from bad to worse. Oh, his AI is into the pits for a new set of hard tyres. Why? He wasn't even on mediums. Oh, that is depressing. You need to extend a few more laps first. He was on hards, and now it wants him to do 15 laps on another set of hards. I don't get it. Wait a few laps. Oh, that is such a shame. Shame for us as well, because it takes a 4-way fight for the win, down to a 3-way fight for the win. They need to turn the AI up as well. That was crazy how slow he was after one lap of racing. Doesn't seem very fair. That's Callum Lyons who's being lapped. You shouldn't lose 4 seconds a lap or whatever it was. Oh! Quill's up the inside into the final corner for the lead. Out of nowhere, just sitting on board with Mohammed. They've both got DRS because of Callum Lyons' ghost car. And up the inside goes the Merc again on Quill Pavlovic. Is it enough? Oh, wheel banging. Not even wheel banging, that was tyre to side pod. In real life, that would have been floor damage for Quill, I think. But they get away with it, and Quill is up into the lead on the medium tyres that I would expect to be crying by now. We have some other pitters, though. The mediums, yeah, that's what I expected. I expected the medium runners to be in fairly quickly. And then the hards will follow in a few laps' time. Maybe the AI wanted to undercut the opposition, who knows. But that is such a shame for Camel. I don't know how he's lost so much time in that short amount of time. Look at these two, still going at it. Part of me wonders if they're just doing it for fun now, because Ivan's got half a front wing. I don't know how Liam hasn't just disappeared into the distance. There's a huge slide for him, a really big one. Is he going to accidentally take out Ivan? No, he's not. He collects it. Maybe his tyres are completely dead on those old mediums. It looks like it. Surely he's be boxing at the end of this lap. And look at these two. Quill going to have to give up the lead again here. Well, not again, for the first time. And they're all locking up into turn 1. Quill, I've got to say, I spoke to him on Wednesday. He's a very smart driver. He was running through his strategy for the race that he just did. And it was all very smart, I've got to say. I was very impressed. As the fastest lap goes to Camille on those fresh tyres, and he's now approaching the very slow and struggling Liam Cross on the old mediums. I wouldn't go that side of him, I would now. The gap has opened up, and he flies past up into 7th place. So still some good points available for Camille. There's that mystery debris coming up out of nowhere. Yeah, Quill's tyres are done. Surely Quill's in at the end of this lap. He's sliding all over the place through turn 11 into Jun Chao. Is he going to get DRS? If he doesn't, no way he gets to. He loses 2/10 through Jun Chao. You've got to box. I think box. And he does box. He's going to get the undercut. Smart move there by Quill. It leaves 2 out in front of Andre and Mohammed. It's not Mohammed, Giuseppe. Oh, sorry. Other people into the pits include Mohammed. Oh, Ivan gets a 10-second time penalty. Is that going to be the end of his race? Is he going to retire in the pits? I'm not so sure. As we see the fastest lap of the race from the Williams driver of Mohammed Faizan. There's how many Mohammeds have we got? We've got 2. Yeah. 2. So a few gaps starting to form now that we've had the final round of pit stops. Or, well, for some people, this is the lap that matters for Quill. And actually, Camel's only 2 seconds back from the lead train. It's not... He's done very well to catch up all he lost. Maybe the AI's done a masterstroke and said, you know what, in the pit lane, I can't lose you time because I'm going at speed limit time. It's a stroke of genius from the AI, and he's now gaining on Quill. Up to 1.8 seconds. He's back in this race. Out of nothing. And these guys are staying out. Going to go on the mediums and chase them down. Oh, this race is getting tasty. It's getting tasty. Vince Pitts from P3. He will come out around where Mohammed and the Kick-Sauber is. Caligula. I think. No, he won't. No, that's completely wrong. He'll come out with Ivan. That's who he was battling. Yeah, this race is coming alive, I tell you. 2 seconds Ooh, could he get DRS? No, he's going to be past Callum Lyons very quickly. 1.8 seconds between Camille and Quill. 16 seconds between them and the top two who are yet to pit for the final time. They're going to pit probably, yep, now. I thought so. About now, the next lap. So, Andre's going for the undercut here. And he will surely come out ahead of Giuseppe when Giuseppe pits on this following lap. I'm surprised he's not using all the battery on this lap to try and maximise his pace. Camille's lost a couple of tenths to Quill. Quill has passed Andre. Quill has undercut Andre by some way. So has Camille as well. So Camille is in net P2 at the moment after disconnecting. And I thought it was all lost to him. It's quite remarkable. Maybe he didn't lose as much time as I thought. Look at these guys side by side yet again. One of them on the mediums, one of them on the hards this time. And that's very risky. I thought they were going to collide and Ivan was going to be spun round. But instead, he's had to sit behind and wait a bit longer for the DRS, the overtake mixture to be engaged as a yellow flag. As one of the McLarens is slightly off outside of Ferradura. Oh, there's no room there. There's no room there. There's no room there. There was room, and then there wasn't room. Speeding in the pit lane. Speeding in the pit lane for your race leader, Giuseppe, and that is, well, that's cost him the potential win. It's all over for Giuseppe now. So it's looking like Quill is in pole position unless the medium tyres of Andre can really give him a significant pace advantage, or Camille comes out of nowhere and finds some pace. They're sort of matching each other, that 1.8, 1.9, 2 second region. Yeah, they're matching each other basically. Speaking of matching each other, these guys are going to be side by side, almost, not quite. Tries to cut back inside, gets a good run on the exit. Can he go around the outside of Ferradura? I don't think you can. Going to have to wait a few more corners, sticks it into none, and we'll wait for a chance in the middle sector or on the next lap to get past for P5. Let's have a quick check of the penalty situation. These guys are actually battling for P4. Obviously Mohammed here has the 3-second penalty, but there is still time for the Williams driver to get one of his own, so we'll see how that goes. Go back to the tyres, because it's interesting to see the different ages of tyres out there at the moment, as the gap at the front is still 1.8, 1.9 seconds. Here we go then. Kicks Albert up the inside of a Williams. No. Backs off. Waits. Is patient. Thinking about turn 4. Ticino Del Lago. And is going to be ahead way before that. Up the Retroposta. He's almost into the pit exit. He is into the pit exit, but he's through. And up into P5. The Williams driver letting him through. Had no choice, really. We'll have to fight again on the following lap. Speaking of fighting, look at the pace gains on these medium tyres from Andre. Now, I think Camille should, not fight this and try and use him. Ooh, Ivan's off the track, and that's because Liam Cross is forcing him there. These two have been battling all race long, and it's been quite entertaining. They've come together multiple times, had many contacts, but they're still going. Anyway, Karasik up the inside of Camille. Haas overtaking Red Bull here, and now the gap is 2.2 seconds to the leader. But the tyres, well, the mediums are going to be better for a few more laps, and then the hards will be similar. I wouldn't re-overtake him if I were you, but he does. I thought they'd want to work together. They got to work together, surely, to try and get into that fight for the win with Quill. If they work together with DRS, they can close that gap and have a go, definitely. We'll see if they do that. More side-by-side action for Ivan and Liam Cross. They're providing all the entertainment today, and more wheel banging on the straight. This is almost Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc-esque of 2019, and that's also, well, another spin. This time Liam spinning Ivan and not the other way around. I'm not sure how much space there was on the inside. I'm not sure if Ivan closed the door. The camera angle we were using did not really tell us that. But they've come together once again, and I'm sure the report thread will be pretty full from both of them with their incidents later today. Speaking of working together, I was talking about them working together. They've lost 6/10. They've lost 7/10. Quill is pulling away in the lead. Up the inside for the Haas driver. The gap now 3 seconds. Is that front wing damage? For the car behind? No, the end plate's just a bit invisible. But yeah, it looks like these guys are now going to be battling for P2, as they've lost a second over the last 2 laps. And actually, Giuseppe is right on their tail, but he has a 10-second time penalty. Maybe he's the driver who can challenge Quill, or rather bring them to Quill. So right now Quill is looking at this gap and thinking, I'm in dreamland. The man currently P3 in the championship. But here is Giuseppe after a poor exit for Camille, and a good one for Giuseppe. He's through on the straight, nice and easy, no messing about. I'm up into P3. I'm trying to negate my 10-second penalty, because right now that penalty is going to put him about P6 where the Williams is, I think. If we go gap to leader, we will be able to see more easily. Yeah, around P6. He's actually going to make another move up the inside of Karasik. Can these guys work together? They're on similar age of tyre. Maybe there's still time for someone else other than Quill to take the win here. Quill's literally currently won this race because of an undercut, and because everybody else, well, we'll see. 5 laps to go after this one. Yeah. There's still a fight on. Here they are working together. Work together, guys. Work together. And you should be able to close the gap. Or maybe you can't anymore. I don't know. You know, dirty air is a thing. And it just seems like they're losing time doing all this swapping. They're trying to work together, but the gap's now 4 seconds. Quill is absolutely rapid. Can we see last lap time? Is that a thing? I wish it was a thing. Why isn't it a thing? Add it, game. Add it to the game, please. I don't want to see your fastest lap. I want to see your last time. It would be so useful to see who's gaining and who isn't. Anyway, will we see some more battling between these guys? Obviously, Camille is still thinking I've got a chance of a P2 here, because Giuseppe's got a penalty, and if he just needs to get past the Haas here. That is all he needs to do to get a pretty good result, considering he disconnected for a lap. Got plenty of battery, 74%. Using a bit. This guy's only got 10. This guy's only got 10 as well. Sitting pretty at the back. The mediums are going to die first, I think. I'm not sure. He is on, you know, 5 lap older tyres. Is the Red Bull. We'll have to see. On board with Vince, who's somehow closed down Rafael Medeiros here, the Portuguese driver. Now Vince does have a penalty. Let's actually get it on penalties now, because we're sort of straight fighting to the end from here. So that is going to cost him this position eventually. But still, you'd like to finish ahead on track, wouldn't you? There's a bit of pride in that. Side by side between Karasik and Giuseppe, and Karasik is through. That is very good for him, putting a car in between him and his main rival at the moment for that P2 spot. But I think the Mercedes driver is going to come straight back at him. He is, around the outside for these guys, and it's through before the end of the braking zone. The move is done. Thought Camel was going to go for a crazy one here, but he stuck it into none. I'm not sure. And more debris everywhere. Nice glitch game. Debris, debris, debris. And Vince side by side with the McLaren into turn 4. Not able to make move done just yet. He's going to have to go around the outside of Ferradura. They're going to stick at it here, and he's actually through. He was just ahead enough to sort of cut across from that left-hand side. Cut right. And he is up into P7. Now, can he gap 3 seconds in 3 laps? Who knows? If he has the tyres. Looks like the McLaren's really struggling on his old mediums. Vince has slightly younger, 3-lap younger mediums. That could be enough. Or was it 2-lap younger mediums? Sorry. Could be enough. Anyway, back with the sort of leaders, I guess, apart from Quill, who is, as I predicted, looks like he's going to run away with it now. But it was very close at one point between the 4 of these guys. This could be a crucial move for Camel. He's going to make it. This is the move for P2. Putting it into overtake. Surely not around the outside of Ferradura. Surely not. Surely not. They're really side by side, and he's through before the turn-in point. He's done exactly what the McLaren just did, and is up into that P2 position. And now he still has DRS on the Mercedes ahead of him. That is a crucial move for Camel to get the points. I'd say he deserves this race. He's done very well. Would be my driver of the day. Maybe. I'll have to think about that. Let's have a look at the positions gained. Well, no, Quill's got to be driving. Absolutely. But I'll give a shout out to Camel, who has driven a brilliant race despite having a disconnect. And all of a sudden, the gap's 2.8. Quill's made a mistake on that previous lap. He's made a mistake. Oh, 3-second time penalty. That has secured Camel the P2. It's secured it for him. There you go. Let's go on to penalties. Ivan's gone for a soft tyre to try and get that fastest lap point. There's more debris from nothing. And again. It's everywhere. Liam Cross is also everywhere. He's around the outside of someone. There's a yellow flag. Why is there a yellow flag? Karasik had a moment. He's lost loads of time. He's going to lose P4. He's going to lose P3. We could get a Sauber on a podium here. I'm not sure. Where's gap to leader? I need it now. But what I also need to see is the leader. Quill Pavlakovic. How do I say his name? Pavlakovic. There you go. Drove superbly from way down on the grid in like 8th to take the win here in the mystery race in Brazil in ERO F2. Giuseppe will cross the line second, but he does have that 10-second time penalty, which means that Camel gets P2 in the Red Bull. Karasik provisionally third and stays third after Caligula also has some time penalties. That's Mohammed in the Kick Sauber in 4th. Giuseppe drops to 5th. The Williams driver of Mohammed Faizan in 6th. Vince is going to finish in 7th position for this race. P8 will go to one of the Rafaels in the McLaren, Rafael Medeiros. P8. P9 will go to Liam Cross, despite some many incidents between him and Ivan Belov, who will not get a chance to set the fastest lap, it looks like, as he may have been lapped down. Rafael Rees takes P10, but points for everybody because of, well, it's points for the top 12, which is basically everybody. I don't think Callum Lyons will get points though. But yeah, what a great race. What a fantastic race that was. I've got to say. Some sensational battling in the mid-pack and at the front, particularly after that first safety car, well, the only safety car, caused by, of course, that Ferrari David, unfortunately, on the exit of Ticino del Lago. But there's your race winner. Quill in the Alpine, 8th on the grid to P1, wins by 5 seconds in the end. But yeah, could have been a lot closer, I think, had Camel not DC'd and then pitted early as a result of that. They could have had a good fight. These guys, Karasik was in the fight, Giuseppe was in the fight, unfortunately, for that speeding penalty. But yeah, that final round of pit stops sort of separated the field out a little bit. Good result for Mohammed, your championship leader in P4. Probably maintains that. I'm not sure, because Quill won and he was P3 before this. I need to have a look at the race director. I nearly forgot. There you go. If anyone wants to remove a warning that you thought was dodgy, there is your race director for today. That is your race. And I have to go race the mystery race in F1. So I don't know if that's being streamed. I think it is. We'll find out in 8 minutes, I suppose. But yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully see you next week. Can I do next week? Possibly. Not sure. Not sure. We'll find out. But for now, goodbye.